Hello everyone. In this session, we'll see how we can validate or explore the data, even validate it, and also it's possible using filter options. That is, you can filter the rows based on your requirement. This is filtering the row can be done using a where statement. It's a statement that you're writing using the where command. So this where statement can be used within a proc print, proc means, proc freq, proc univariate, or even many other proc statements. Just let us take some examples how we can use where statements. Here is an example. So in general, we write where command as a statement within the proc step. We write an expression. Now that expression has got three parts in it. One is column, second one is operator, third one is value. Column is the column name which you want to do the operation. So where followed by the column name followed by one operator. The operator could be like this. The various examples are shown here. So it could be written as equal or less than or equal to, not equal to, or greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So for example, you are writing type is equal to within inverted quotes SUV. Same thing, you can write it as type EQ. So this EQ and equal sign, they are exactly equivalent. So the operator can be written as equal symbol or EQ. Similarly, less than or equal to LE. So both are equivalent. So it could be greater than or equivalent, less than or equal, or not equal, or. So this kind of symbols you can make use of. Now coming to the value could be character value or numeric value. So once you have written the column name, type and MSRP are the column name. This equal, less than or equal, or less, these symbols are the operator. The next is the value. The value could be a character value or a numeric value, any one of these. Note that character is case sensitive. So enclosed within a double or single quotation mark. You can write double quote or you can write a single quote. But note that SUV in capital is different from SUV in small letter. So the case sensitivity is very important. Make sure that it is exactly correct in a correct state. Case. The numeric value, it is not enclosed in the quote mark. Alright, you can see this one here, no quotation mark, and there is no symbol. There are no it has got a standard value. So it is 30,000, no comma. So it needs to be written as it is. Here is another example where you can use the where statement with the values in for date constants. So you know that date is a numeric value. So how we can write a numeric value? So you will write where statement where, then you will take the variable name, that is column name, as date, then you will write the operator. After that you write the value, hence with the semicolon. The value should be written in this particular format, that is 1 Jan 15 is your value, and you will be writing in a double quote and D. So DD mm double y or any other format of we have the date format within double quote. At the end it should be D. So this particular syntax will convert the SAS date to any other formats of date to SAS date. So you know the SAS date format, it is starting from 1960 January 1st, it counts as a numeric value. So this particular syntax converts any date that is given into a SAS constant. So the constant is compared with the variable. So this is very particular with respect to very much particular with respect to the SAS date. We'll see some more examples of using where statement. Now here is an example where type is equal to SUV, or type is equal to truck, or type is equal to wagon. Now here you see that the where statement is used for multiple comparisons with or as the alternative option. So this is one syntax where you have taken type for multiple options. So this particular where statement filters all those types having either SUV or truck or wagon. So or is a syntax that we used to use multiple options in a single statement. Now if you have multiple statements like this, we can replace this particular kind of, if it's very lengthy, we can replace it like this, where column name will write in. If you don't want it, not in. So in these particular variable names, right? So you note that it is a character, so there is a double quote. So very exactly similar to that, you would write with separating with a comma. So just an example, instead of writing this statement as an alternative, you can write like this, where type in SUV, truck, wagon, right? So you can write in this particular format for this particular syntax. Now we'll see a different example here, for example, this is the code that filters proc print data is equal to such variables are make, model, type, MSRP, MPG city and MPG highway, where type is equal to SUV and MSRP less than or equal to 30,000. That means this variable will be taken for the print, and only those rows where the type is SUV and, so it is compulsory, so and both should be met. MSRP when it is less than or equal to 30,000, in this condition the output will be printed, all the data will be printed with these as the column names. Alternatively, we have some more examples available. You can use where column name is missing, is not missing. For example, sometimes what happens is this age is a numeric data. The age value may be missing. We get it as dot in the slash table. So such values will be considered. So those where the dot value is there, those rows will be considered where age is missing. If you write where age is not missing, so all those values which are having dot, missing values are written as dot there, those values will not be considered if you write not missing. If you write missing, only those will be considered. So where item is null, in this particular case it is a character variable. So the item is a character and the null value is not blank there, so that will be considered. Is not null, you can write it otherwise. Now here is another example of where column name like a value. So since there is a double quote, you should understand that it is a character. So you can write with the percent symbol, or you can write a underscore, a single character for this. Percent symbol represents any number of characters. Let us see what does this mean. Column name like. Here is the syntax for this, where column name, you'll write the column name, then you'll write a syntax like, within the inverted quote you'll write the value which looks like that, okay, the semicolon. Now example, where city like, within the inverted quote new, a percent symbol is written. What it means now, all those values in the variable city is the variable. Below the city there are many values in the as a data. Among all those data, first three letters are new. First three letters are new. Rest there could be any other character, even a space or any character it is written, that will be selected. For example, New York has got new, New Delhi, Newport, Newcastle and new. All these has first three character as new. So percent symbol represents in the entire data for that particular variable city, first three letters should be new. Next letter could be anything, any number of characters is there, still it gets counted. Now in this case, where city like, within inverted quotes you will write SANT underscore a space then percent. So what it means is all those data under the variable city will be considered with the first four letter as SANT, then there should be one character, then there should be a space, then any number of variables, any number of data may be there, it will be considered. Just an example here, SANT, the fourth letter is A, next is a space, you could have anything. Let me compare that with the third value here, SANT, it matches. Next one character could be changed from A to O. So this is considered, a space is there, then Domingo. Let me say that this particular word, that is SANTO, if this space is not there, then it will not be considered. City like this particular variable only will be considered. So there should be a space, there should be an underscore. Underscore means any one variable. you can replace only one variable. If you want two variable such values, then you will have to write two underscores. So underscore represents exact character number of characters you are referring. Percent symbol refers to any number. It is countless, any number of characters after that particular variable. You can use it beforehand also. You can simply write percent new, then all those that are having ending with the new will appear in your report. Now let us look at the SAS Studio. In SAS Studio, let us run this program and see how this works. So we have just seen the basic operators, different forms of the basic operators. We can write it as a character or you can write it as a symbol. In any way we can use it, and the most important is the SAS date constant. So you can write the date in a particular format, ddmm or ddmm ddmmm or you can write ddm that is in MMM 3-letter code, and you can write only 2 years you can write it with the inverted quotes, and at the end you write D. It converts to the SAS date format. Okay, now here is a program print step. It will print the data SAS table called as cars, which is used from SAS help. So you don't have to run any libname for this, right? So this SAS help library is already existing. Now what it will print? It will print all these particular columns: make, model, type, MSRP, MPG city and MPG highway. It will print all those columns, but under that particular column, the type, only those rows where type is SUV will be printed, along with MSRP less than 30,000, less than or equal to 30,000. So these two, if the row matches both the condition, not or, it is both the condition, it will be printed. So let us run this particular statement and let us check out the result. I am selecting only those rows and running the program. So let's look at the results. So what we have done there, we have taken the type, as SUV. Let's look at the result. Before that I have taken make, model, type, MSRP, MPG city, MPG highway as the column. Make, model, type, MSRP, MPG city and MPG highway as the column, and we have taken type SUV only. Look at the column of type, it has got only SUV in that list. We have filtered the whole cars file with the SUV types. Then we have written MSRP 30,000 less than or equal to 30,000. Where is MSRP? Here. MSRP less than or equal to 30,000. All the values that are less than 30,000 we have obtained here in the list. There is a possibility that there are some data which is SUV, but the value may be more than 30,000. Such data is filtered because it is not matching this condition. And just to observe that, let us look at the log. Let us look at the log and find out how many observations are there. There are 26 observations, right? That is for AND. Let me put it as OR. Let me take it as OR. So this or that, any one condition it has to meet. So observe this, it was 26 observation earlier, that is for AND. For OR condition, I am running it. Let's look at the result if both the conditions are met. It looks like it's more a large number of data we have. 272 observations. So we have 272 observation for type SUV or condition, right? So you get all the options. That's what I said. It is either less than 30,000 or SUV. So you can see that SUV is selected, but MSRP is more than 30,000. Since it is OR, any one condition it is matching. So this is how you can use OR and you can use a character filter, or you can use a numeric filter. And observe that double quote is not there for numeric filter. Look at the color and there is a double quote for character. You can write single quote also. You can make it as single quote, still it is the same. It doesn't give you any error. Now let me just give an example. This is less than or equal to, right? So let me make it as LE and let me make it as AND. If you remember, we had got 29 results earlier. So instead of less than or equal to symbol, I am writing it as LE. Let me run it and see. So let me see how many results will be generated 26. Yeah, so earlier I think we had got 26, if I remember. Yeah, 26 observations earlier. Now also you get 26 results with the letter comparator. Right, now let's go ahead and check one more program. Let us see what we are going to do there now. In this program, see that I'm using a library called as pg1. Hence this is a user defined library and not existing in the default library of the SAS. So I have to execute my libname file, which is the same code. This is the same code. I'm running that particular libname so that I generate a library called as pg1 before I start the program. So I see that it is successfully assigned. Then I'll go ahead with the program part. So ensure that this pg1 is associated and done, saved already. Alright, now the program here, what it does is it takes the file called as storm summary from pg1. Then it considers only first 50 observations. It doesn't consider all the observation. So only the first 50 observations will be considered for doing all these activities. So note that if you make this 100, the results will be totally different. Even 51, if you make it, the result could be different one. So that is why the data can be a different, your output could be different based on the observation value you write. If I do not write this observation, you are going to use all the data which is present in storm summary. Here we are restricting to first 50 values. Now the first thing is I have to consider the variables. So what I'll do is I'll just, this is only for the reference, I have to consider the where statement here. Right, yeah, I'll take the where statement, and the where statement always you write the variables. So where is the statement, variables, so separated by spaces. Right, yeah, now this is the variable set, that is season, name, mean pressure, type, max wind, mph, and basin. This is the variable I'm going to consider. Here what I'm going to show you is 1 2 3 4 5 different types of the filtering formats are available. You can use any one of it. That is, after semicolon I have commented one more method how you can do it. This is slash same as, you just have to replace. Alright, so there are two alternatives. How it is, you just have to uncomment it, so it gets execute, it gets visible, and you can execute that. It becomes executable command. So the command is, for example, here it is where mean pressure equals is missing, right? Whereas alternatively you can simply write it as where mean pressure equals dot. So since it is a numeric variable, you will be writing is missing. Right, so I guess this equal sign is not required, so you can note that the symbol color is different. Right, so where mean pressure is missing. Alternatively you can write where mean pressure equals dot. Right, so that is an alternative option. So let me run this program. All right, now you observe that I am using where mean pressure is missing as the statement. So you ensure that where and is missing. Look at the color, you are supposed to get this color. Look at the syntax that you are writing. So there should be a semicolon, and this is a comment line, right? So it's a green color. Now this one, I'll just show you how this works. Alright, so we have to write a where statement. Yeah, so where mean pressure is equal to dot. So my point here is both are same. Don't execute both together, it's one and the same. So let me execute one of it. So what I have done is one particular where statement, I made it as a comment. So ensure that proc print, I have taken the particular file, variables are considered, where mean pressure is missing, and the run command is active. So if this run command is not active, verify whether there is any syntax mismatch. If there is a syntax mismatch, the run command may not be working, so it should be in dark blue color. So ensure that it's exactly the same lookalike. Look at the semicolon, look at the commenting syntax. Right, now alternatively what you can do is you can simply write run here itself. That's an alternative option if it doesn't work for you. So run execute only that is required. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to execute only this. Let's look at the executed result. So you are expecting a SAS table, a report you are expecting with the season, name, mean pressure, type, maximum mph and basin as the variable. Yes, we have it, where mean pressure is missing. That means the mean pressure value, here it is, mean pressure value should be dot. Since it is a numeric value, you will get dot, right? So you can see that only those values where mean pressure is missing you are able to get. Now instead of this, so what I am going to do is I am going to comment this and uncomment next line, and before I execute this particular program I'll just verify the log. In the log I see that there are 50 observations, right? So it's a 50 observation. So what does it mean is all 50 mean pressure is missing. Okay, so all 50 mean pressure is missing. That's the meaning of this case, because it's all 50 here. I'm supposed to get the same result if I execute this. Let's verify that. Yeah, I observe that there are 50 values. Yeah, there are 50 observations. So with the mean pressure dot, it's the same thing. Now similarly what you can do is, I'm just giving the examples here, so you can write where type is not missing. Instead of that you can write where type NE within inverted quote a space you can write. So this is for character variable. For a numeric variable you will write dot, whereas for a type, that is a character variable, you will be writing where type is not missing. Alright, so it means, what it means is, in this particular command when you write it, all those data values of type variable where the space, that is missing value, right? So missing values are there, they are not considered, they are not printed. Missing values are not printed. Similarly, max wind mph between 150 and 155, you try this yourself, you'll see that all those row, all those rows with these columns will be printed, same columns will be printed with the max wind mph values between 150 and 155 gets printed. Now let me run this particular program. Before that, let me comment this. So I don't want all these values, so let me uncomment this particular thing, where basin like within inverted quote I am writing underscore I, right? Underscore I, but it indicates first letter. The basin has a code with the two letter code possibly there. The first letter could be anything, the second letter should be I. Select all those rows from the 50 first rows and execute this. Let's see that, see how many we'll get and how it looks like. So it's a basin that we are looking into. Okay, here it is, basin. Yeah, see here si, first character is s, second, we are interested in second character is I. And if you look at it, yeah, this is not much interesting because all are si only, so possibly the second code is s. In that case, yeah, here we may get one more we have. Let's check this also, where name like underscore a%. So look at these results here, we'll see what and all we get. Print all those line, whatever may be the first character, second character for the name, whatever may be the first character, sorry, here there are two spaces, right? So two characters are there, two spaces, then a third character should be a. So the third character should be a. You can see that after a there could be any character, right? So ida or hasn't, all these character, all these places, third character is a, only those variables get printed. That is among the first 50, among the first 50 it gets printed. Yeah, all the remaining things you can check it yourself. Some more syntaxes which I mentioned, you can try it on your own. Thank you, that's it for this class.